Since last time, there was some interesting developments in Tekashi 6ix9ine's overall case.
Oh, wow.
I interviewed his baby mother, Sarah Molina.
I heard.
And before her interview, we had gotten a copy of his guilty plea deal, the paperwork. Apparently it was sealed. And if you read the paperwork, it even said that it was sealed for a certain amount of time because I guess there were some people that he told on that they were trying to apprehend. And by releasing this...
they would know that they were on the hot sheet.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
So after these people were apprehended, this paperwork was released, and I had to read it live on camera.
The defendant's obligation under this agreement are as follows: that he shall truthfully and completely disclose all information of the activities of himself and others to the U.S. Attorney's Office, that he will cooperate fully with the New York City Police Department, the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms, Homeland Security Investigations, and other law enforcement agencies. You want me to keep going?
Yeah, keep going.
That he shall attend all meetings of the office, that he shall provide to the office upon request any document that shall truthfully testify before the grand jury or at any trial, that he shall bring the office's attention all crimes which he has committed, and that he shall commit no further crimes.
Okay, and read the next paragraph, and that'll be it.
If the defendant does this, the office, and this is detailed on pages 4 and 5 of the agreement, agrees not to prosecute the defendant for the crimes set forth in counts 1 through 9 of superseding information, as well as additional crimes that the defendant has told the government about.
In September when he goes back to court?
Not quite sure. Not quite sure. From what I understand, some of the lawyers I've talked to is that essentially they're going to keep him locked up until everyone else either finishes their trial or pleads guilty, and then he'll get his final sentencing at that point.
Ooh. So he's still going to wind up doing a couple years, 2-3 years.
Depending on how things go.
Well, I mean, if I'm not, you know, a lot of people not going to sit there and just, okay, I'm going to take a plea deal. Some people going to fight it to the end. You know what I'm saying? Take it to the bus stop. Trial might last 2, 3, 4 years.
Yeah, you're right. You're talking about the feds. You're not talking about, seeing the judge every 2-3 months.
No.
It'll be like 6 months to a year.
Yes.
These things drag out.
Yes.
You've never been in the feds, right?
Not at all.
Okay, but you know people that have gone through that.
My D-Dub in the feds right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, and I knew people before him that had did federal time and all that.
Do you see these type of situations a lot where a crew gets nabbed up and one person says, I'm telling on everybody?
No.
That's rare.
Yeah, it is.
Really?
It is. And I think it was because the way that they went about it. You know, it kind of like snowballed into we're a big gang now and we're the hottest we got the hottest artists pushing our gang, so we're going to promote our gang and it went wrong. You should have been promoting the artists, you know what I'm saying, and keeping the gang thing like gang's supposed to be, you know what I'm saying, out of sight, out of mind.
Right, like for example, TDE has gang-related people throughout the organization.
As I hear.
I mean, Top, I think, is bounty hunters, right? And Schoolboy Q is Hoovers.
He claiming Hoover.
Yeah.
He is from Hoover, I guess. He's in the hood.
J-Rock is...
he stays in the Nickerson Garden.
Nickerson Garden, so that's blood. Mm-hmm. That's a blood territory.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if he still lives there, but he was not.
But he was claiming that when he was starting.
Mm-hmm.
So you see all these gang type things going on at TDE, but they're not going crazy with the shit and putting it in the forefront.
Not at all. That's not even what they promote. They promote good music.
That's it.
You know what I mean? We make good music.
And they're winning Grammys and Pulitzers and all types of other
Pulitzers.
shit.
Come on,
Pulitzers.
Now. Yeah, exactly. So that's how you do it. That's a part of that's your story. Where you come from and who you are, where you originated from. That's what you use to convey who you are to the public and either endear yourself to them or, get them to understand why you are who you are if you're a public figure. But yeah, you don't use that as the main theme of your movement because, it's still a criminal organization.
Right. Like Death Row was, to a certain degree.
Yeah. Yeah, to a certain degree.
To a certain degree.
Yeah.
You're not going to say it was completely, clean across the board.
Yeah.
There was some gangster shit going on along the way.
A bunch of gangster shit going along
the way.
Yeah.
People dying along the way.
Along
people
the
getting
way.
locked up.
Yeah.
All types of other shit
Yeah.
along the way.
Because we were still out here in the gang capital of America. So it don't matter if you rapping. That's what you do on your time when you out here in the streets. You know what I'm saying? Then, period, point blank, you're on the street time. So whatever the streets got going on, when you out in the streets, you become a part of it or you can fall victim to it.
Were you around Snoop when the whole murder trial was happening?
Right when he was maybe, I think he was maybe like 6 months, 8 months maybe into his murder trial.
Okay, so you weren't around him when the actual murder happened?
Not at all.
Yeah, because apparently some guy that apparently had a problem with Snoop tried to roll upon him. Snoop's bodyguard ended up shooting him dead. Snoop had the trial. Snoop beat it.
Yes.
And Snoop never got into any type of shit like that afterwards. That was it. You never even heard of Snoop getting arrested afterwards.
Well, he at airports and shit like that. Little minor shit. Get pulled over and they find, little minor shit.
Find some weed or whatever else.
Yeah.
But I'm saying Snoop was like, okay, that's enough for me.
Right.
Fuck that.
Yeah. You ain't gonna catch Snoop with nothing but some extra weed, probably.
Right.
Yeah. He steered away from that.
Yeah.
Which was very
Which
smart.
was the best move he could have made.
Yeah, it was. It was.
And that trial was very expensive also. I heard Shook put up a lot of money for that trial.
Oh yeah. I went to court with him maybe like 2-3 times. I was there when they got acquitted.
Okay.
When he got found not guilty. Whatever. Yeah.
How was that reaction?
Oh man, it was crazy. I didn't even see him come out the courtroom after that. It was just everybody in the hallway was just like
Pandemonium.
Me and Suge was in the hallway talking about lowriders, and somebody came out and told them, and it just went up. The whole courtroom went up. Everybody outside went up.